Well, Trey, start by saying going into this season, I don't think many people objectively looked at after week 5 games and said, man, that Gilbert Dreher game is going to be a big one. But darn if it's not, because 2 undefeated teams, 2 of the very few left in the Midlands, and the atmosphere is going to be huge out there. They're psyched for it. Your fans are psyched for it. Just talk a little bit about how cool it is to be a part of this.
It's exciting. Obviously we're happy for our kids. We didn't think we'd be 4-0 at this point. So it's really good. Our guys have bought in and they love each other, and this has been a fun group to coach. And we've been fortunate to win our 4 football games that we've played to this point, and really happy for Gilbert and Coach Leapart, and the success that they're having and those kids. My wife still teaches out there, and we live out that way, so we're happy for that school and that community too. It'll be a great Friday night.
Yeah, you're a Gilbert grad, and as you mentioned, Coach Chad Leapart is one of your buddies, and lots of ties with this, a lot of interesting ties from a fan's perspective,
Sure.
Fan of high school football. But the bottom line is you got 2 teams that have been playing great football through their 4 games, both of them, and this really should be a heck of a place to be to watch a fine football game on Friday night, right?
I agree. I think it's going to be a really good football game. I think you're going to see 2 teams that are going to be very well coached, and they're going to compete hard, and it'll come down to a handful of plays, I would imagine, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. I've told our kids, that it's going to be a great Friday night atmosphere. It's homecoming for them, so everybody will be out, and Gilbert does a good job of supporting their last home game against Airport. They sold it out, so it's just going to be a good atmosphere. And this is what anybody that coaches, and Coach Leapart feels the same way. This is what you want your kids to be a part of. And it's not about me, it's not about him, but it's going to be fun for my kids and his kids to experience what Friday night's going to be about. And we'll compete like heck for 48 minutes, and it'll be great.
You guys went this past week over to Calhoun County, which is a notoriously difficult place to play, and you played a team that has a lot of talent over there, and you guys did what you had to do to win by 2 touchdowns. And I don't care what classification they are and y'all are and all that, that was a big win in my eyes. How about you? What did your team show you by going over there and frankly taking care of your business?
They're really good. And I don't care, like you said, it's a great question. At any classification, those guys are going to cause some problems. They got some college football players on their team. They got a big, strong quarterback who's talented. They got a receiver that can play on Saturdays. And you're right, it's a difficult place to play. But they came out and we traded punches with them for the first 15 minutes of the game. It was 28 all with about 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. And I think that, they weren't used to that. Calhoun County's won 15 of the last 16 games. So I was super proud of the way that our kids were resilient and stayed the course and just kept fighting and we kind of wore them down. Scored late right before the end of the first half to make it 35-28. And then the second half, it was just that will to win. We scored 1 time on offense, and our defense did a really good job of settling in. I thought Coach McCutcheon did a good job of getting our guys settled down and understanding what they were trying to do. And this says a lot about our kids, but Calhoun County is going to win a lot of football games this year, and tough place to play.
Matthew Campbell, obviously you're the guy that coaches the quarterbacks, and he had perhaps his finest game, 14 out of 16 passing, over 200 yards, a touchdown. And oh, by the way, he had the time to be perfect on 6 extra points, as well as boom, a 59 and a 60-yard punt, which can be huge, as we know. Special teams are big. How delighted are you with the progress he has made and the kind of quarterback he has been leading this football team this year?
Super proud and super happy for him. He's a beautiful kid. I mean, he's one of those that doesn't say a whole lot. He's tough on him, and I'm tough on him too. For him to go 14 for 16 on the road and threw a great touchdown pass to Anthony, he's doing a good job. A lot of people. I was tired of hearing the questions preseason about Avery. Well, Maddie's pretty good too, and he's 6-0 as a starter in 2 years, and that doesn't happen on accident. He's won on the road at River Bluff and at Calhoun County, but he's doing a good job in our offense. He's doing a good job for us in special teams. So just a winner. I'm happy that he's having this kind of senior year.
Talk to me about your tailback. I mean, we tend to take him for granted because he's been doing it now for a year and a half. But Jay Washington's a special kid, isn't he?
He is. And let me tell you something. He's doing a good job of playing some linebacker for us too. He made some big plays the other night on defense, but he's starting to get back in shape. You know, he's played, I guess, 4 games now. Came out a little bit early in the Columbia High game, but he's getting his legs up underneath him, and he's starting to punish people. People don't like to tackle that guy when it gets late in the game. So he's a war daddy, and that's the kind of guy that you definitely want to have on your side. But Jay does it on both sides of the ball.
And one last guy I want to ask you about, because he's one of the young men that we interviewed today, Chris Crabtree, doing a great job on defensive line for you, isn't he?
He really is, and he's a leader of our team. You know, he's one of those guys, if you had to identify a handful, Chris Crabtree is one of that group. You know, he's a unbelievable young man, great student. He's going to probably end up going to the Naval Academy. So he's, top 10 in his class, a really good football player. He's a glue guy. He's kind of the ones that, when this team that you want to have that family atmosphere and that stick to it, he's one of those guys that helps keep it together. I think that a lot of times when you have programs that are winning and successful, when you have leaders at the top that are smart kids and that are high character, all that goes hand in hand, and Chris Crabtree is part of that.
I was teasing him a little bit because one of your coaches said, this kid is the nicest young man, the nicest kid you'll ever meet in your life until he gets between the lines. And they said that he's nothing to trifle with.
Yeah, no, I tell you what, you let him watch your kids as a babysitter, but man, when he steps between those lines, he's the real deal.
Yeah.
So, glad he plays for us.
Coach, I'm excited about Friday. I know you are too. Good luck, and may the best team come out ahead. And in any event, congrats on a great season so far, and keep it going, bro.
Thank you. I'm excited, and it's going to be a great Friday night.